Hi everyone, Happy New Year. Welcome to Lift Big. My name is Ashim. Today I got a question from Nate who wants to get back to strength training. He's taken a hiatus for a year. Well, not really a hiatus. His training has been very inconsistent. Other things in life have caught up with him, so he hasn't trained consistently for a whole year, and he wants to get back into training. And his question is, how is he going to get back to getting strong again? I've trained Nate before in the past, so before I even begin prescribing a workout routine or progression scheme for him, I just want to mention over here that for a lot of people, when they ask me that Ashim, what training should I do, or what should I base my training off right now? I always am a little skeptical when they give me their numbers because I'm not sure whether their form is going to hold up with more maximal end lifting. So I can understand that maybe their form is okay. For example, squatting 225 for reps, but then I'm not sure whether if I was to make them take 275, is that if that form is going to hold up. But with Nate, I'm confident in his form, at least at this stage, because he's trained under me in the past. So, having said that, I'll just give you Nate's numbers. Nate doesn't really know what his bench or overhead press is at right now. He's got shoulder injuries and lower back injuries, so we have to take that into account with his training. He does back squats with 245 pounds for 10 reps, 3 sets, and he does deadlifts with 255 pounds for 3 sets of 5 reps. That's where he is right now. Well, whenever it is that he trained last, but that's over the in the last few months. This is what he's done. He can also do a few body weight pull-ups. So here's what I suggest. The way I see it, Nate has two options. He can either train 4 times a week or 3 times a week. Because Nate has had issues with being consistent in his training, I don't really recommend him training 4 times a week right from the get-go. I think he should start with 3 times a week because it's easier to get into this slowly. So you should start with training 3 times a week, and then if he's able to dedicate more and more time to training, and if his real life issues make way or give him room to train, then he can always throw in a fourth workout. So essentially, the way I like to look at it is that you should train four big lifts. You should train the deadlift, squat, bench press, and overhead press. Well, these are he like me loves the deadlift. But in any case, these are the four big lifts that I think are important. But given that he's going to train three times a week, I think you should just knock out bench press for now. So you should just stick to deadlifts, squats, because he likes back squats, not front squats. So deadlifts, back squats, and overhead press. So initially, his training should just be the honeymoon period. I know I love the honeymoon period. I think it's one of Eric's best programming articles that he's written, best programming schemes. So basically, what he should be doing is he has one day allocated for each one of these big lifts, and then maybe 4 weeks down the line, he throws in a bunch of exercises which are important to getting strong. He just to give you all an idea, because at the end of the day, Nate has to play around with this stuff and see what works for him. So if he's doing his honeymoon period, and I want to make a note on that later, but I'll just get to the other fun stuff that's going to come first. So because initially for the first 4 weeks, his training will be very boring in the sense that it's just one lift per day, 3 days a week. So in the course of the whole week, he's only doing three lifts, and that's it. I, I actually look at that as a lot of fun time, but each to his own. So he's gonna take, after 4 weeks, he's gonna be adding in a bunch of assistance work. I hate using these labels, but just to make things simple, he's gonna be doing. He should do a unilateral leg exercise. So I think lunges or step ups are in order. I personally prefer step ups. So I think he should do one of these after his deadlift workout, after his deadlift, sorry, on his deadlift day. On his overhead press day, he should be doing some pull-ups and also some rows, some heavy dumbbell rows or cable rows. And then on his squat day, he should do a squat, and then he should do something for his posterior chain, like a Swiss ball glute raises, supine glute raises, or maybe an actual glute raise machine if he has it at his disposal. Then he should do that, or he should do cable pull throughs. I love cable pull throughs, so I'm going to give special preference to that. Initially, a lot of people take honeymoon period as a very boring thing, but it's not really boring at all. you're supposed to start with at a certain weight, and then you're supposed to slowly work up. So it's a numbers game at the end of the day. Let's say that right now Nate has a back squat of 245 for 10 reps and 3 sets. We don't. I'm not sure whether Nate can really do this at this very moment, but I know that this is what Nate has done in the past, in the recent past. So his last squat workout this year, a few months ago, was 245 pounds for 3 sets of 10. Essentially he would start working by taking the bar, cranking out 3 or 4 reps. And the thing is, I just want to make a note of this, that I always, no matter how strong you are, if you're training under me, I always say that you should start with the bar first in your warm-ups, because it tends to make you understand whether or not something is off. You can iron out certain tweaks right from the get-go because you're made aware of it. So you shouldn't just go through the motions with the bar. Take it seriously. The bar is important. It's the first set of your warm-ups. So take it seriously. So he's gonna take 45 pounds, which is the bar, for let's say 3 or 4 reps. He may do 1 or 2 sets with that. Then he can take 45 on each side. So he's going to take 135 and do 3 4 reps. Then he'll take 155, or he can take 145 for a single, then 155 for 3 4 reps, then 165, 175, 185, 195. He can work up like that. There is flexibility. So he can work up like that to say 225 for 3, and then he can stop because he feels that okay, so today I've done enough. I'm going to stop here. Next week when he comes back, he can try to beat these numbers. So it's not really important for him to beat the numbers right from the get-go, but at the end of his workout, if he did 225 for 3 last time, he can do 225 for 4 today, or he can do 225 for 2 sets of 3, or he can do 235 for 3, or he can just do or he can just do 225 for 3 and then 235 for 1. All this is fair game. So the option is with him to keep increasing his numbers. So I don't want. So Nate, if you when you watch this, I want you to understand that don't look at the honeymoon period as a way for you to get back to your old strength levels. It's actually a way for you be to pass through them. So you want to finish with whatever numbers you used to hit before, make them as part of your work sets, and then at a certain point, I think for my expectations, it'll probably be between 275 and 300, or maybe even more. But whenever it is that the honeymoon period stops working, you're not able to use it to your advantage, and at that time, then you can throw in something like SDT progression or whatever. We can reevaluate at that stage, not right now. We can't plan so far ahead. So I think for a few months at least, the honeymoon period will be more than sufficient, and because of the flexible nature of the program, I just happen to mention adding 10 pounds to the bar every set as an increment, but you don't have to stick to that. You can waive low. We can waive it. The article which I've linked below has all of this information in it. So, and the idea is that as you do this program, as you work along these lines, you will start understanding the movement better, and you'll grow into the lift. So you'll automatically realize that, oh, okay, so if I'm doing 245 for reps right now, I can do 275 for a single or two, but my goal is that I want to work within the 245 to 275 range and really dominate it. So yeah, I want to build volume and handle better, more workload, and I want to get stronger over here. So you'll do that. You can adjust the program to make it fit those lines, and that's the beauty of the honeymoon period. So you should do that for your main lifts with the assistance work that I mentioned. Um, for the unilateral leg work, you should do two to three sets, or maybe even 3 to 4 sets. 2 to 4 sets is a good estimate. There's no need to be very rigid about this, but you do 2 to 4 sets of 5 to 10 reps, because step ups are cool. You should do a lot of step ups. They help. And then you should do for pull-ups, it should be 5 sets to failure. For dumbbell rows, you should do another 5 sets, varying the rep ranges, seeing just seeing what you like. You should work both ends of the spectrum. You should be able to do heavy work in less than 5 reps, and you should be able to crank out 13 plus reps as well. You shouldn't just get stuck at one end. So practice on both sides, at both ends of the spectrum. For the Swiss ball glue time raises or the cable pull throughs, higher reps, more than 10, probably more than 12. And every week you can try to add a rep, do 3 to 4 sets over there. And yeah, that's about it. It starts off, I like starting off small, very few exercises. You add in more as you go along. And then at some point in the future, when you're switching things up in terms of your progression on your big lifts, Because at the end of the day, Nate is a deadlift guy, so there's no need to train the deadlift and the squat with the same level of intensity and aggressiveness. Basically, intensity is fine, but there's no need to be so aggressive with the volume and stuff. So as you switch things up a little bit, you can rearrange it. Maybe in the future you can have a squat. You can do your heavy deadlifts, and then you can do light front squats or back squats after that. And then on your deadlift, on your squat day, you can do your squats, and then you can throw in a little bit of a deadlift variation. There are all these options that open up. But this is just to get you started and get you good at it from now. So thank you very much for watching. Good luck, Nate, and please subscribe to my channel, everyone. Thanks a lot.